The big shots of global finance are all in the Alps this week. They're in Davos, enjoying the winter sports, the good food, the fine wine. Some are having secret meetings about who should own what. Others are just trying to get on television. One of the biggest actors on this stage is this individual. Do you recognize him? This is Joseph Ackermann, the chairman of Deutsche Bank. Ackermann spoke with Maria Bartiromo at CNBC. He said a number of interesting things. I thought this regarding the recent LTRO lending by the ECB was interesting.
ECB, because most people feel that this latest LTR facility really did create some stability, and that's certainly what the markets have perceived. Is that true, or is this a temporary band-aid?
Extremely important. In December, a lot of people around the globe asked two questions. Who will be able and willing to provide 500 billion for bank debt? Who will be willing and capable to provide about 700 billion for the country's debt on the periphery? And that the ECB jumped in with 500 billion was so important. That gave enough liquidity to the banking system, took care of some of the funding challenges of the banking system, and allowed them to some extent, maybe marginally, to invest into sovereign risk. So I think altogether was a very important and very intelligent move.
Mr. Ackermann is making the million-dollar point here. Since December, when the ECB did a €500 billion 3-year financing for the banks, the markets have basically stabilized across Europe, and this is extended pretty much around the globe. We've got Goldilocks as a result of something that was anticipated, but it was not anticipated in the magnitude which it was done. The question becomes, what's next with this? If 500 billion euros was good, why not do $1 trillion and really have a party? I think that possibility is fueling our markets. And I think the enthusiasm which the LTRO has brought might possibly be regretted at some point in the future. What's happening in Europe is clearly a quantitative easing of a backdoor type. I'm not sure that the Germans have the stomach to continue to provide the financing for the banks so that the banks can finance the peripheral countries, as Mr. Ackermann said. We shall see. Clearly, Mr. Ackermann believes that this is a significant and lasting development. In that vein, I considered looking at what he said a year ago when he was also at Davos and also speaking with Maria Bartiromo. Some interesting thoughts from the chairman a year ago that didn't work out quite as well as he had hoped.
How would you characterize things today in the Eurozone, economically speaking?
I think we have made tremendous progress in solving the crisis, and it has never been a Euro crisis. It has always been a crisis in certain countries where the indebtedness was just too high. The other one, I think we have now the fund in place, which is sufficiently big in order to help the smaller countries such as Ireland, Greece, and I think if Portugal would come, I still hope it's not necessary, that could be managed within the existing fund.
there real reasons to believe that the euro is in jeopardy?
No, absolutely not. No. The commitment, the political commitment, I would even say the people's commitment to euro is so big. We will defend it at any price, and it's necessary.
A year ago, Mr. Ackermann did not see a crisis coming in the Eurozone. He made that fairly clear, and he was dead wrong in his expectations. Discussed the possibilities of a credit crunch in the year 2011. He didn't see it coming. I think he should have.
Now, the financial markets have been trading very well, actually, and in the investor class seems to be anticipating a real turn. What are you seeing in terms of sentiment, in terms of risk, and whether or not investors have an aversity to risk or not?
Successful fundraising, capital raising for Portugal, Spain, and Italy, which showed very positive signals. If it had gone the other way, we probably would have been a bit more nervous. So in that sense, you know, to be very optimistic and confident. The lending side from a supply side, I think, is still fine. I don't think that we see any sign of a credit crunch anywhere in the world. So in that sense, banks are willing and capable of lending more.
Balance, Mr. Ackermann did a rather poor job last year in forecasting what events would dominate the news in 2011. He missed the possibility of a credit crunch. I wonder whether or not a year ago he was aware of the possibility and just chose to use the opportunity at Davos and CNBC to paint a positive picture. If that was the case last year, I wonder what his real thinking is with respect to the LTRO and its apparent success so far in 2012. We shall see. My guess is that before June, the LTRO has turned from a positive factor to a negative one.